views, which is incredible. I've gained so many subscribers practically overnight and I'm super flattered. As you guys clearly seem to enjoy my previous video, you will hopefully be pleased to know that I will be continuing to produce Creatures of Scenaria guide videos, but this time I will focus on individual creatures. So if you like my first guide, then hit subscribe to make sure you don't miss any of my others. To kick off this new series, I've decided to choose the infamous kendyll, which is the only carnivorous tier 5 at the time of filming this video. The kendyll is a notorious killing machine, with many players often dying at the hands of such a beast. Today we will be taking a closer look at Ken's statistics, strengths, tips, and most importantly weaknesses to ensure you can both play kendyll to its full potential, but also know how to take one down in a pinch. Section 1. Overview. The kendyll is truly the apex predator of Scenaria. From its huge size and physically imposing model, it's clear this creature isn't here to mess around. The kendyll comes equipped with a huge damage stat of 500, being the third highest in the game. This, combined with its monstrous weight, allows it to be one of the most devastating creatures in the game. Not only this, but this creature is an absolute unit, possessing 6,500 health when age 100 and can reach up to 7,150 with a health mutation. Kendyll is one of the few semi-aquatic creatures in the game, meaning it can heal, fight and hunt underwater where other predators may not be able to reach. Section 2. Kendyll Showcase. The kendyll bears a resemblance to a T-Rex, and its position in the social hierarchy reflects this too. The kendyll has 2 available colour palettes, one of which can be unlocked by dealing 10,000 damage. This can easily be achieved if you enroll your friend as an age 100 gram and keep attacking without killing them, or just by being an aggressive player. Noticeable features of kendyll include its large spines, short stubby arms, powerful legs, and a long tail. It uses these spines and long tail to mobilise and navigate itself in water. During its baby form, it is very small and vulnerable. Baby kens are a huge target due to people's fear of what they may grow up to be, as well as the large corpse produced by a tier 5 creature. As a result, it can be very difficult to age up a ken, and so in its youthful stages, you must play cautiously. It takes 70 minutes to grow to adulthood. As a tip, I recommend living in the desert pool where AI fish spawn, and only go to the surface if you need to get a drink. Section 3. Strengths. As I have previously mentioned, kendyll has a very high weight of 18,000. I'm unsure what the developers intend these units to represent, but I can tell you this beats all of the tier 4 weights and is only beaten by those of the other tier 5 creatures, such as the literal walking boulder aka Grammos. Weight is so important due to the impact this statistic has on your damage output. The heavier you are, the more damage you do. If you weigh twice as much as your opponent, you will inflict double damage on them. If you are half the weight of your opponent, your damage output when attacking them is then halved. The kendyll has a 500 damage statistic, meaning it can inflict 1000 damage on most tier 4s and below. This is absolutely devastating, and combined with the half damage output of your target, makes this creature a very powerful killer. Weight also means that you can pick up other players by pressing E. This disorientates their movements, messing with their attack patterns, and allows you to drag them underwater or hold them until they are dead. This can also glitch, so if you are picked up by a ken, you may not be able to press E to escape. By dragging players under the water, you give yourself a huge advantage. Players will become slower and panic, and will most likely try to swim to the surface, leaving them exposed and vulnerable. If you drag players underwater during famine or winter seasons, they will receive a passive hypothermia damage, assuming they are not semi-aquatic. This means that kens can be a versatile killer, and the only creatures safe from its wrath are those who can fly. Ken has a massive health pool of 6,500, which is the same health as an Ardor Warden, to back up its damage output. While this is not as much as a Grammos or Lamako, this is an ample amount of health as it gives you plenty of time to respond to attackers or tank a few hits. If all of this wasn't enough, this creature has a final trick up its sleeve, which cements its title as a tier 5 apex predator. This comes in the form of its ability to inflict torn ligaments. If bitten by a kendyll, players have a high chance of receiving this debuff. A ligament tear reduces walk speed and run speed by 40%, meaning it can be very difficult for any attackers to run away. Section 4. Weaknesses. But you've probably heard all of that. What you're probably more interested in is